damage.
Don't worry,
Raise the
Oracle
first
can
two.
remove it.
Yeah, can't remove it.
Fortune's End.
If
Good
he
spell.
wants to.
So Na'Vi does not have the last pick this time, so they have to pick Danny's hero before
Radiant
seeing
team
the last hero from Call.
Not a good Lina game either.
Yeah.
The Lina's like one of the safest picks, and it's one of the most reliable ones for him.
They need like a hero that can deal with illusions though, like Tinker, like this kind of hero, like maybe a Zeus pick, like something that can kill the illusions. Right now, these 4 heroes, they do not kill illusions. They literally do nothing to him.
I feel like they need something that's
10
early game
seconds
though.
remaining.
Like because I feel like if they just go late game
Radiant
versus a
team
CK, like
pick.
that's gonna be
I mean, if you have a Tinker or Zeus or something that can deal with illusions,
maybe the Tinker. But their team fights,
they
pretty
don't have
bad.
they don't have team fight. They
their
actually
team fight's like pretty bad right now.
they have
Which is
to,
very unlike Navi. They like the team fight.
Their wave clear is
but
also
they have very
non-existent.
strong early game. They have very strong.
Yeah.
Their lanes are really
Yeah,
good.
the lanes
Okay.
are strong. But the thing that we were talking about was, wave
Dire
clear and team
team
fight, and they don't have either at all. So that's
Lina makes up for that
They
maybe a
still
bit?
stick
they
with the
still
Lina.
go with the Lina. Okay.
Lina's decent against the illusions, not like great, but it's okay.
It's damage. At least it's nuke damage through the Wyvern Cold Embrace as well.
One thing good you see from Na'Vi here is like they're sticking to their guns.
Yeah.
They're not
10 seconds
phased even
remaining.
after losing like one game against Call. They're still going to do what they think is good for the
What's
team.
Cole's
5
last hero? They've
seconds
decided.
remaining.
So they basically can still switch with Wyvern position 5 or off lane, right?
Yep. We still don't know exactly what their roles are on Cole. But their hero pick is definitely decided.
I just want
But-
to use that last time to talk through the plan. Make sure everybody's on the same page. But what is that last pick going to be? There it is. Nature's Prophet.
There's an Nature's Prophet again.
You don't sound convinced, Winter.
It's okay. It's a good hero.
You still don't sound convinced, Winter.
But I don't know about the Huskar this game. That's my bigger concern here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about it. The CK pick I think is gonna do
I
work.
mean, it's like a Na'Vi kind of draft. They draft really risky. They don't go for like conventional like stable solid drafts. They draft like that, very aggressive and very risky. So, but I don't really like it this time. I think I prefer. I'm on the NA train.
All right. I mean, I'm not even going to ask.
And not anybody. I think that Lina can suffer a lot in this game too, because the Nature's Prophet TP's ganking mid early, and I think it's a hard Huskar game personally.
All right, let's find out how Navi is going to use that Huskar to their benefit. It is over to Capitalist and
5
Blitz
seconds
for the
remaining.
last game of the day.
That's right, it's the North American qualifier versus the CIS qualifying team. These two looking to be able to take that top spot in their group and move on to the Sunday, where they don't have to play any matches tomorrow in the day of death. But it seems like our panel is kind of feeling like Navi kind of shot themselves in the foot right now with their draft. No fans of the Huskar there.
Huskar will die.
A lot.
They will kill Huskar, but never count on Huskar at the same time. He exists in like these 2 zones at once. He's like,
Simultaneously a terrible hero that wins games.
yeah, exactly. He's just like, he can win. Sometimes you can just get run over in the lanes, Huskar, Roshan, game over, go next. But in this case, there is no
There's
next.
All right.
Are
So
you not
very
believing?
execution based for
Yes.
Navi. Is
What do
that
you
you're
think?
saying? I hate the Huskar.
You hate Huskar? I love Huskar personally.
I mean, I just don't think that it fit. Like, they got Chaos Knighted. They already had Wyvern. I think Earthshaker's not bad versus
Yeah.
Huskar as well, because he gets the Enchant Totem hit, right? Heavy amount of physical damage there.
Yeah.
So I just don't. It feels like to me, Navi was like, we're set on this. This is what we're doing, and it didn't really matter what the draft was.
I thought I was going to say something like really genius, and I realized it was just like the stupidest
nothing
thing ever.
there?
I was going to
Okay.
say like, with Huskar drafts, you either win or you lose, but it's like, all right,
Well
let me
done.
extrapolate.
Yes.
With Huskar drafts, it's either you win the early game
Uh-huh.
and the mid game, because this hero does not go well late game.
Yeah.
Like, he gets kited very easily, he falls off, he builds very mid-game heavy, all of his items are very mid-game heavy, and if you can't end the game by a certain time, especially in a game like this, you're going to have a tough time.
All right, so I'll extrapolate
Yes.
on your brilliance.
Because
So
everyone gets
So you're going to
BKBs.
win until you lose, and if you end up
Yeah.
losing, you lose.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff.
It doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but in my brain it like made perfect sense, and I was like,
No, I
this
feel
is
you.
going to stun people.
It is a momentum-based hero.
Yes, by far.
Cannot afford to lose the early game, and he's got to dominate the mid game and end this game fast.
Yeah, you got to kill a lot of fools and then become the Terminator.
And compLexity do have one of those heroes that scales pretty well. I have been routinely impressed by Chaos Knights and how well they handle late game. That hero seems like a beast now.
He is. He hits hard, he hits fast. He's very tanky. He's a very free way to go high ground as well. Not easy to kill at all. He comes with a stun. He's one of the few carries that are actually useful with the stun.
Yeah.
Think about the other carries that have a stun, like Wraith King. Wraith King sucks.
Yeah. His biggest downside is just he's based around his ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Pretty long cooldown. And is that something that Na'Vi are limited in any way?
I don't think so. I think that with Lina, Oracle, at least in the early game, they're going to be somewhat okay. It's when it gets really late that things get really scary.
Yeah.
Like if they push this game to a decent pace. And interestingly enough, that we should talk about this, this is a Moo Winter Wyvern and a Z-Freak Nature's Prophet, because we did not talk about that, and that is
I mean, that's
definitely not how you
natural,
would have
right?
thought
That's what happens every Dota game. I figured it wasn't a big deal, so I didn't bring it up.
Oh, really?
Oh, you thought it was a big deal? I saw this coming a mile away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Even though they played Wyvern earlier as a support.
I mean, that was just a mind trick. You know?
Okay. They're setting it up. They're playing 8D chess.
Yeah,
They've been
exactly.
thinking about
I mean, listen, series is 3 games, Will.
Yes,
You can't really
that's
get too locked in on one game.
A series technically in a tournament is like, it's like 20 games combined. So you got to be thinking about the next level on top
Yeah,
of the next level.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, Will, but I can
Okay.
already see their grand final plan.
Damn, that's crazy.
Anyway,
Meanwhile, bottom lane.
so what is the deal with this?
Okay, I think it's because the Wyvern has a very good time against this lineup. Especially if you give this core Wyvern some farm, the percentage-based damage is going to be very good against the Huskar. He's going to be able to survive against General up at top.
Look at General.
Like, General can never really lock him down.
Yeah, he thought he could challenge.
He
and
flies
then
away.
He takes too much damage.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's going to get the early levels needed for his ultimate. That's going to counter this Oracle Huskar combo pretty decently. And I think all in all, it's a very good game for Winter Wyvern core.
So did you watch the Ice Winter Wyvern when he played it off lane?
Yeah.
Did you watch my video on it too?
No.
No.
I don't care about you that much.
I did not think the Winter Wyvern off lane was spectacular.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. But if they're putting in this 1v1, I think that really helps things quite a lot, because I think it's so important for this Winter Wyvern to have a strong laning phase.
Yes, and he's going to have a pretty good laning phase. Although at
long
top,
as he doesn't
he's
die here.
Oh, he might be dead. They both have boots.
Puff, puff, puff. He's going to be able to fly into the trees, cogs burn, and he's
Puss. Okay, he's got 50 HP, 1 mana.
good. General is slow, and he's stuck inside his cogs. There's no way he dies, right? So he's just going to get some damage on General. And,
General's done a good job in this lane.
Yeah, it's...
He got early
How did he
boots
do that?
and just ran at him. And I really like Moo lately in these one-on-one matchups, especially that Beastmaster. He played that so well, but General is getting the better of him. Keep in mind, this is not pause for anything else.
And what about this Furion support? Because you should have some special insight into this one, Will.
The Furion support,
Yeah, you guys ran the Furion support, or support Tide Hunter, sorry.
Support
and
Tide.
Cord Furion,
Yep,
sorry.
the other way around. But I'd imagine it's okay. You're pretty annoying around the lanes. You have Treants to harass, but it is a little bit odd. It means that you have one less form of control, and normally your 5 position or your 4 position
So you really have to
doesn't
make
really
up
need
for
a
that.
lot of farm to do a lot.
Yeah. You kind of have to make up for it in the laning phase and being able to use teleport.
Yes. And he's getting a lot of levels up at top right now as a trade-off of Moo dying early, and his TP rotations are going to be nasty. Puck plus Nature's Prophet is a lot stronger of a combination than the Razor plus Nature's Prophet was, especially against his Lina. They can burst him down pretty quickly. Dendi doesn't have Tangos either. Of course, he can Light Strike his way out of there, but rapidly running out of mana as Limp. Doing very well in this lane so far. Dendi has had a stellar day, but thus far, losing to the puck.
What do you think of Dendi as a mid laner?
Dendi?
A former mid laner yourself.
He farms very well. Like, especially in the mid game. Hold that thought as bottom.
Yeah, they're
Chessie
trying
gonna
to
get
go
gone
on
on, but perfect
Fissure.
Fissure.
Stops the Centaur stun from coming out. Allows Chessie to be able to escape that one. Snako drops so low. Z-Freak came in from behind, got a lot of damage in. Now they're going to be able to go for Roger. 1 second stun. Z-Freak doesn't actually block out the little path there, but the Treants will be there. Easy
Oh,
kill.
he-
First blood,
that's
actually.
easy.
Didn't even realize we hadn't had a kill yet.
Okay, so extrapolating on Dendi, I think in the past they did this thing where they helped him every single game, but they're giving him more and more one-on-one matchups that I think benefits his type of style. He's playing more of this split push, farm around the map. He's being more of a threat than he's ever been. Especially with this lineup, I think it was important for Dendy to have this kind of team that could play around that fact. He can just throw a lot of different styles at you. He's got these comfort heroes that he's very good with. And on top of that, his team is just gelling. I think Crystallize was kind of the missing piece in the equation. Same with Roger. Like, these two additions especially has helped their team chemistry out a lot, I think. Their willingness to just fight. And Havost can't underplay his role in Na'Vi as well. I think all of these things combined are what's allowing Dendy to shine lately.
For the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm watching the old Dendy.
Yes.
You know, he's playing more aggressive heroes. He's playing a little bit more like, you know, those kind of snowballing mids.
Yeah.
I mean, Ancient Apparition mid is just sort of a gimme, right?
Yeah.
That's a throwback, obviously, but...
You need a good team around you to look good.
Yeah.
Some people stand out because that's the style of the game, but game resumes
Denied.
as Limp firing an orb. Dendy does have raindrops and it does not connect though.
How's this aggro tri-lane fare? And looking at the CS, oh god, that hurts. 5-0 for our Huskar.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do against the Huskar. You need to limit the amount of farm that he can have. Ruin his game.
Top lane, or Winter Wyvern's dropping more and more and more. I can see his HP bar.
So does our guy as General. Just kind of playing around, seeing if this Wyvern will bite. And this aggro tri-lane of Nature's Prophet, Earthshaker, and Chaos Knight has been wildly successful. And Roger made that rotation early, wasn't successful, and top 2 net worth in the game.
Both wards going down. Kyle's going to be gone on here by the Hellbear Smasher. As well as Sineko rooting in. They have no stuns.
And he's
missed out on the coil?
Oh, that would have been...
That's an easy kill if he gets
That's
it.
a very easy kill. Dendy just gonna walk away and say, alright, cool. Sometimes you get those freebies. You don't ask questions.
Yeah,
you just take them.
You just take those free wins.
Yeah.
Jesse,
Everybody
trying
gets
to go on
one.
him,
At
slow him
bottom.
down.
He's alone.
2-second stun onto the Hellbear, but he still has the root coming in from the Oracle. A little bit of extra damage. Healed up, but it's not enough to outdo the Burning Spear.
Thought that he would at least attempt to stick there. That would have been an extra 60 health.
Especially
and
since he had the Oracle
General
going on.
He's making the move.
Oh no, move!
Probably
He doesn't have the
Denver.
fly anymore. They do have Z-Freak coming in, but no stuns, obviously, in this hero. Gets the Sprout, but it's outside of the range of tower. Z-Freak is going to have to run into the trees and not get juked out here.
Here you go.
And he's too fast.
Your big movement.
He's too fast.
Oh, meanwhile, Dendy gets a solo kill?
Oh, damn.
I
A blunder from Limp failing to kill Dendy turns things even more sour.
The confusing part about that too is that Limp had a DD, so I thought if anything we were gonna miss a Limp kill on a Dendy, but
Crystallize,
oh boy, at
slow
bottom.
down.
So a rebuttal kill that was sorely needed for compLexity. At the same time, things still in their favor.
See, this is the thing. Like, Furion would always do well against Clockwork, right? He's got both Treants, and he can sprout himself out of Cogs.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Winter Wyvern rotating bottom. They're going to leave the Furion up here for a little while. Why didn't they do this from the beginning?
I think they really like the aggro try.
Yeah.
They're a really big fan of this. It was going so successfully, even if the other two lanes are just whatever. As
Oh no,
at
we
bottom,
didn't push him out of the Cogs. Z-Freak. He pops a Fairy Fire just to get that little bit extra heal, and it might just save him.
Oh, there's no way.
General,
You've got a juke
he's
for
got
your
a hook
life right
shot,
now.
and
Oh.
he's got a range, apparently, to be able to get that melee attack.
Meanwhile, at bottom, they
Bottom
committed
lane.
a lot for this, and they're gonna get the creep. Maybe? Okay, they do.
With the Winter Wyvern here, and now Puck actually coming in as well.
They're trying to
They have
protect
to
the
give up this
catapult.
tower.
They don't want their Enchantress to just steal the catapult and stop this push.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this is a pretty big push for them. Get the tier 1. Force the Huskar out, because where's Huskar supposed to go? It's going to be top, but he's not going to be too happy about being forced up here either. As his net worth...
Mid lane.
Oh,
Attempts
gonna
here,
dodge.
base shift. Dodging the LSA, and we'll be able to jump to the orb just fine.
Very good stun by Kyle. Saving Limp as...
Top lane, we're going to
up
go
at
for a
top.
dive here, but Moose here, as well as Z-Freak. So General wrapped himself behind, thought he was going to be able to go for a hookshot kill. Instead, has to go for a TP out.
No, sir. That deals a lot of damage.
Whoa,
by the
did
way.
I just see that right? He's going an armlet? Like,
What?
No, I'm crazy. That's someone else.
You're crazy, man. Nobody has Armlight, right?
I mean, surely Chaos Knight has built one, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have it completed. He opted to go for Treads first, or at least the Belt of Giant Strength.
Yeah.
He has all 4 tangos, by the way. At
He
bottom
didn't
general.
keep those 4 tangos, right?
I don't think so. I feel
That's
like
a
that was a
fresh
fresh
set.
purchase. Yeah. That would have been weird if he... Oh,
Hook shot in with Crystallize nearby if they can actually lock down Chessie.
this is an arcade
Oh,
mode.
he
As
actually
uses
tries to
that?
use the reality grab to jump farther away. 1 second up, but here comes Crystallize inside the cogs though. This doesn't look good at all. Kyle's going to be able to get the Fisher on the bolt, and Chessie is surviving. The Burning Spear's just not going to be enough.
no way.
Even that
Oh, he's
little bit of
gonna
extra
take
for the
it
rush.
down.
And oh, he missed! The Burning Spear will finish him off. Still a 2-for-1. Space for Dendy though to push in against that mid tower again.
Yes. That tango did not save him. Oh, that would have been so clutch if it did. As Dendy, like you said, shoving in this mid lane, and this is exactly what Lina does. When you rotate out of your lane, he's going to pressure it because he can just spam out the lane. He's got a lot of attack speed. That's what made her so popular in the first place. Kind of coming back a little bit as Limp.
Top lane, free Oracle kills. Chessie makes his way from that bottom lane. After he died, goes up the top. They've already taken that tower. Time to put the pressure on top, it seems.
Yeah. And net worth lead in favor of complexity, but a lot of this comes from the fact that both supports on the side of Na'Vi are just so poor. But you don't really need that much
Wrap
farm on
around.
Oracle.
General goes in with a hook shot onto Chessie. Chessie's gonna pop the Phantasm. Doesn't actually get that extra illusion,
he's
which
just
he
gonna
sorely
fight.
needs, but the Sprout is gonna be able to separate the two. But here comes Roger. If he can actually slow down Chessie enough for the Centaur to get there, maybe they can still get this kill. The Fear and Ult doing a lot of damage there. Managed to get the root follow-up. Centaur stun. General should be able to get the extra damage, but finish him off. Helpless Seneko secures the kill.
Even get a Sanaya on the creep. And they're chasing for this. Limp is up here too. He's got a regen rune, but Roger pops the heal. Dendy also showing up to help his friends. As this should just be a 1-for-0 as General going in pretty deep, but coiled up, looks just fine.
Really good zoning cogs here. Kyle would need a brilliant Fisher to block General in, and Dendy there's no way they take that fight.
Yeah, not at all. And that's another kill on Chessie, who is only level 6 right now. The Huskar suffering kind of the same fate though, as he's been pretty close to his armlet, but just completes it right now. Armlet timing is alright, not the best. Considering his laning phase, it's actually pretty decent.
Crystallize, not able to get close enough to move, make that dive. Move's making it kind of appealing now that they get the hook shot in. They're going to dive in deep into the tower in
Here's
order to
the
try
fly.
and get this kill, but they're not going to be able to get it. Flies over the cogs now. Underneath the tower, looks like they'll still be able to get away. Dendy's going to drop real low from that last little nuke, and they are going to be able to catch him with the Reality Rift. Pull back the Clockwork. And top lane getting pushed in by the Furion at the same time, so big win for complexity there in the mid lane.
And this is, I guess, the benefit of the support Nature's Prophet is that he doesn't have to be at these fights. His team is going to win the fights for him, and he's going to pressure the other side of the map as well. And complexity, they do have the type of lineup that can fight 4-on-5 for quite some time.
Yeah.
But they're going to grab this mid tower, very important for them. We always talk about the importance of grabbing the first 2 towers in the game, the mid one and the enemy safe lane, just so that you can place wards in the enemy jungle and make them farm a little bit more unsafe.
6-6, 12 minutes in. A 3,000 gold lead for complexity. But the shining hope is Dendy, who's sitting top of the net worth at 5K. He's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting since our Huskar has been MIA for quite some time. Shut down too much in the laning phase. Had to recover a lot of farm in his jungle.
He's still Huskar though. He'll deal a lot of damage. He'll be very annoying. He'll do Huskar things as curious enough boots of travel picked up on Puck. And I like this decision. The reason why he's going for this cap is he wants to prevent that kind of Lina playstyle that Dendy had in the past where he could just split push, and up at top, Clockwork Hook goes in, Nature's Prophet likely
can get
dead.
that Sprout this time around. Does manage to push General out of the cogs. Tries to go for the TP out, and the Treants are taking up all those shots.
That,
Little lucky,
close.
little not.
there was a lot
There
of
were a
chains
lot
there,
of
but
treants.
meanwhile, an even more important target as
Jesus.
Roshan being taken, but Complexity, they immediately know, and this is a big one. Roshan's at about half HP, but Crystallize is getting low. They do have the Oracle ulti. Now the question is, Na'Vi, do you contend for this? General on the high ground here, doesn't have that hookshot quite yet, but does pop the Shrine.
Man, they're really going to try. Bottom lane's being pushed in by Moo, the Winter Wyvern.
And Moo should TP for this right now.
Yeah, as they start going into pit, they're going to block him
Here
out
we
from
go.
this path, but they don't have their full 5 just yet. In fact, they only have
Limp's
3
getting
members
low.
here. Limp is immediately getting blown up by the Laguna Blade. It seems like compLexity, we're just not ready to fight. Moo's here now, though, but a save. Good Echo Slam. There goes the ultimate out from the Winter Wyvern, trying to finish off Crystallize underneath that one, but he gets extra heal out of that Q, so he's going to be able to live
Oh,
through
he's
that
still alive.
one. Finishes off the Furion. Moo doesn't have anything left in the tank, so he's also going to be chased away, potentially dying here as Roger has the damage, maybe he'll finish him off, but Moo gets to the trees, manages to fly over. He turns around, gets a
he
little
might even get
damage
this
out.
kill.
He's challenging Seneko with the trance there. They will manage to get 1 counter kill, 2 actually, 2 for 3 so far. Oh,
Kyle
there's the
gets the
extra
stun.
one. They get the Dendy as well.
Moo
Lina goes
just doing
down.
this fight so well right now. The
And now
Puck's
the Puck,
TPing in too.
he's going to be able to complete that boost and travel TP, finish off
Oh
Roger.
my.
What was a 2 for 3 is now a 3 for 4 to the favor of compLexity.
Still, Roshan's going to be the huge target here as Moo.
I mean,
So
Huskar's
well
too
done.
low. I don't think they have anything.
Dendy's dead for 25, does have the buyback if he wants to commit this general. He's got the hook shot. This is going to be the point of concern right now for compLexity. If he can steal this, and he's going to go for it.
Hook
In
shot
he
in.
goes.
Oh, Aegis is out. Who's going to
on the
It's
ground.
on the ground. Somebody pick it up. He gets it.
Oh my.
General grabs the Aegis. He's going to die here, and he'll probably die again.
Nobody could get an item
maybe
on the
they can't.
ground as compLexity. They're going to pick up the kill, but
Oh,
still,
that's an
maybe
awkward
not.
pressure block. 1 second. Limp gonna have to throw out the coil just to make sure they do manage to get that kill, but the damage is done.
The timing on that was so perfect by General. A very worthwhile death as he manages to snatch that Aegis. That would have been a huge one for compLexity, as I don't know if Na'Vi have the firepower to take down that CK twice. But that question doesn't have to be answered, as that snatch, it took a really long time.
Yeah, I did.
They all had items. Nobody picked it up.
You'd think
They
it would be a
couldn't
lot
click around
faster
them.
since you have backpack now, too.
Yeah, that was weird. Just because both teams weren't able to do it, that threw me off a little bit, but
They probably just heroes were in the way. Couldn't right click.
yes, as Chaos Knight still in a very good position. Na'Vi really needed to win that Roche fight. Moo saving that for his team, making it very difficult for Na'Vi to just go back in.
So why the medallion? Is everyone just loving medallion
I think
right now on
medallion's just a
the
cool item
Nature's
right now.
Prophet?
Yeah.
What about the blade melt build that we used to see from 4 position Nature's Prophet?
It's all right, but not Roger up at top. He's going to get gone on.
surrounded.
Do they have the damage?
There are
for
a
this?
lot of units there.
They
Now we see it.
might.
Roger's dead. Probably.
Yeah, okay, there we go. It's always a question just because
Enchantress. So
yeah. It's really awkward, but they're going to grab the tier 1 on top of this, and Na'Vi, I mean, that looks so good for a second. That fight around the Roche pit,
yeah.
then compLexity, that boots of travel decision by Limp. Very intelligent.
And the
as they're
fact
gonna
that
just keep
that
going.
Treant survived on like 10 HP
Yes.
to allow the TP to complete, that's got to feel bad for Na'Vi.
Yeah, if they had the heroes, and if Nendi doesn't get stunned there, because Kyle is such a low level, he just respawned, came back in.
Yep.
That's what makes those Roshan fights so dangerous. A lot of damage being done at top. And this game though, Cap, you notice there's no Dendi pushing out the side lanes. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
He feels like he has to come to the fights. That bottom wave was being shoved in as well.
Play with his team a lot more.
Yeah. So this last game, or the first game, it cost compLexity a lot to make this maneuver. When they shoved in this top wave, Dendi was just farming the entire time, pushing in mid. But this time around, compLexity, much better late game, much better pickoff. Dendi doesn't feel like he has that kind of room to be able to do that. Instead, decides to come to the top fight, push it out himself.
Kyle's going to start working on his Blink Daggers. Brother's helping him out right now. Helping him clear through some neutrals. Or maybe not.
I think it's the other way around.
I think it's the other way around indeed. Sea Freak is apparently wanting that Solar Crest over the Blink Dagger.
Very good item against the Huskar.
Yeah.
Huskar, when is he ever going to build a MKB? It's just not really going to happen. Dendi at some point might build a Bloodthorn, but unlikely overall. Same with the Enchantress. You're going to negate most of this physical damage. It's going to be very good for you. Probably the best item that you can get in terms of financial value.
Yeah. So what do we do? Na'Vi are clearly in the hole by
Yes.
7,000 gold. They're losing out on map control as well. You've already said this is not a great Huskar game. You said they start losing, they're going to lose the Huskar game. Well, they're losing the Huskar game. So
Yeah.
what do we do to
Oh,
turn things
hookshot
around?
flies in at bottom, doesn't land, Limp just getting out. I'm not sure because now the tables have turned. compLexity, they have better team fight, and they've got the better split push. Because how do you kill Limp? You're going to have to perfectly coordinate this. I think the best way to do it is Clockwork has to cogs him on the way out of the phase shift and try to catch him that way. But it's going to be pretty difficult to be able to grab him. And that's why we see him at the top of the net worth chart, because he can play this kind of style. Whereas in the Razor game, he was relegated to just showing up to fights and hoping that they went okay. And Crystallize dipping way below in net worth, 5th in this game, even behind this Moo Winter Wyvern, who doesn't have that much farm.
Seneko is behind Crystallize, but Limpet's going to find him first. They know exactly how this Huskar Oracle is meant to be played. Seneko
Crystallize
doesn't even get the ultimate off on himself. Crystallize turns, tries to kill Z-Freak.
That's a Solar Crested Nature's Prophet. He's not worried at all. He actually didn't take any of those hits.
What happened? No, I mean, he was taking damage.
Yeah, but he only got hit from the ulti. The Fire Spirits didn't land. Oh, and the Clockwork Cogs barely miss. Solar Crest,
Wait,
man.
are you sure?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
he just
Solar
not
Crest.
have Burning Spears on?
I think he... Maybe he did, but
I mean,
he has a
I
Solar
looked at
Crest.
him. It felt like he was taking right-click damage.
Dude, he's got a Solar Crest. Actually,
He's not
I'm almost
invulnerable.
certain that he didn't have the Burning Spears on, because he didn't have any of the
Definitely
charges.
Not having the. I watched his HP tick, tick, tick. That's not how the ultimate works.
Maybe
for
he was
Huskar.
silenced, man. I don't know.
Maybe. Didn't they use the silence from Seneko? I don't know.
They hired me as your replacement, not to analyze or anything like that. At top,
Crystallize gonna try and catch Z-Freak. Round 2, Burning Spears is on. Z-Freak is taking damage from that one. He will die as a result.
damn, you were right, man.
I was right on what? Burning Spears not being on, or the ultimate not working that way?
I mean, I knew it wasn't on because...
Are you sure you're replacing me, or am I replacing you?
Questions. But Dendi doesn't actually get the last hit. That's going to go to Seneko, who doesn't really need the gold.
Radiant's bottom tower has
That's the weird part, is that Oracle doesn't really need gold in a game like this, but he's going to last hit by virtue of Oracle.
I feel like it's kind of the downside in the hero in a way, that you take so much gold for yourself, but you don't need it.
Well, in some games you have a really good start. You can get some items like Glimmer Cape or Force Staff as
Whoa.
they make the jump in.
Phantasm, this is the turnaround.
are not
Jesse,
fighting
this
him.
is why we like the Chaos Knight versus the
Seneko
Huskar.
doesn't... He can't get his false promise off.
Can't get anything off.
Just dies, and Chessie, that's a huge
top
kill
lane?
for them.
They're getting Dendi as well? Oh no, he TP'd out.
No, he's good.
Close call.
He's going to get a Shadow Blade and try to play the same game as he did in Game 1 and in Game 2. But the circumstances are wildly different, mainly because your Clockwork has a really hard time contesting any of these cores, and he has fallen so far behind in farm.
Yeah.
As a measuring stick, he's got 3,600 net worth, which is barely behind the Enchantress.
He won his lane.
He did win his lane, but Clockwork without kills, what are you supposed to do?
Yep. This hero falls off so quickly.
Yeah, and
As a
Kyle,
core especially.
he's going to get his Blink Dagger a full 12 minutes faster.
A round of applause.
Much
Kyle.
better Urshiga game overall as pause is called.
I mean, it helps when you're 14,000 net worth ahead as a team. Some of that is going to trickle down to Kyle.
And Na'Vi, I mean, right now things are not looking good. Things are pretty
Look
rough
at
for
Kyle,
Na'Vi.
man. He's still going a mile a minute.
Yeah, he's laying out
Happy
the
though.
game plan. He's like, I've got Blink Dagger, guys. Let's play around this. They can't beat us in fights. And Na'Vi, from the looks of it, hasn't really said anything to each other, and not a lot has to be said. They're losing a Huskar game in the mid game. Things are pretty rough right now. They've got to get some good pickoffs, but I'm not sure how that happens as they're going to go for Moo
Try
at
for
the
the
top.
Cogs push back here. Moo
Oh,
is
he's
going to be
used
caught
his
by the
force staff.
LSA, so he is going to go down here.
Nice.
Good pick for Na'Vi.
They needed that.
Yeah.
Oh, they needed that so bad. And Moo immediately apologizes. He's like, guys, I really shouldn't have died. I've got Force Staff against Clock,
Yeah.
and I've got the ability to fly.
That'll get him closer to the Blade Mail for general.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much of a difference that really makes.
I don't think it makes that big of a difference at all.
Well, the Blink Dagger, huge pickup.
Yeah. His
That
inability to really set up kills. I mean, the top one was the first one in a while, but the CK just turns around and fights him. So I guess in that case, it's going to be pretty helpful. But the Puck, not a whole lot doing.
What's the is he going the Midas, Aghanims, etc. build on Winter Wyvern? I haven't seen the hero clicked on.
I don't know. He's got Hurricane Pike now.
Oh yeah, he got. Oh yeah, the Hurricane Pike.
Okay, up at top, Coil's going to connect on Dendi. Sentry laid out too. Bloodstone Suicides, correct thing to do. Seneko, not going to be so fortunate though. And now General, Chessy, smoke breaks, doesn't know. They're going to make this push up at top, and Crystallize just farming neutrals, trying to get whatever farm he can get. As Limp now finds him, he's got a DD rune. General trying to line it up.
Jump to the orb. They do have Z-Freak TPing in with that Lotus Orb. He does so much damage with the double damage as well. Chessy here to help clean things up, and compLexity. I mean, I think these are all just like minor things that kind of help them out right now. They're happy with these kills.
Minor,
but
I just looked at the gold lead. Didn't even notice it's 14,000 at 23 minutes.
But ultimately, right, it's like, unless they get an insane team fight or pickoff, they're waiting for Roshan.
Yes, you gotta wait for the next Roshan. What? Your Huskar can't do anything. The pickoffs aren't easy, even with the Shadow Blade. compLexity is very prepared for this. They've got a bunch of sentries in their own jungle. They're waiting for Dendy to make these aggressive moves. They've already caught him off once. Dendy is kind of the answer to this puck, because from Shadow Blade you can just burst him down.
Dendy
Yeah, he's gonna get hit by that.
trying to hunt. Not gonna find anything though.
And they're all up here right now. They're really desperate for a fight. Limp though, he's got Boots of Travel on cooldown, so this might sort of be an opportunity. But if they don't deal with bottom, then compLexity is gonna know that everyone's up at top right now. So this is the upside of this puck with Boots of Travel, is that he can play this kind of style.
The seeds of fortune.
Watch bottom right now. If nobody goes there in like 2 seconds, Limp's gonna say, guys, nobody's up there.
But maybe Dendy's initiation is too fast. There goes the Hurricane Pike pushing Dendy back before he can get the LSA, the Echo Slam
that is
too.
a fast
They managed to
death.
get that kill. Now the 2 seconds on onto the Huskar, almost bringing him down immediately, but they managed to get the ultimate out from Seneko. But a stalling
There's
ultimate
the
from the
counter.
Winter Wyvern completely stops that one. Crystallize is still going to die in the trees, it looks like. And it looks like Roger may die as well. Limp, meanwhile, throws out the coil.
Limp didn't even bother showing. He's that confident that his team is so far ahead right now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Once Dendy gets echoed, all that damage is gone because the Huskar is just so far behind in this game. He's got 6,500 net worth. Now he's fallen behind the 4-position Nature's Prophet, who's building a Silver Edge to counter the Huskar right now. They're just pushing in, not even waiting for
Whoa,
Roshan.
Chessy, all right, jumping right on it, General. We'll get that quick and easy kill. Seneko unable to disarm him fast enough, and it looks like Dendy's going to get pulled back in as
that's
well.
another
He's
death.
dead. He does have a buyback, but I mean, Navi at this point, even if you do buy back, you have to wonder how they're possibly going to make the comeback. Or even just be able to stall this game at all, as compLexity look more than strong enough to be able to take this tier 3.
Yeah, their cores are so strong right now. Chessy fears nothing. Limp knows that he can't die.
Radiant's top tower.
They're going to shove this in, probably just back out, reset the game, force Navi to make sure that their lanes are right. They've got a lot of objectives that they can go for. They can claim the Shrine. They can go for this Roshan. They're going to say,
Classic
Navi,
Shrine
come
time.
fight us.
Shrines
See what you can do. End the game for us.
Shadowblade, potential Silver Edge pickup for our Furion against the Huskar, or do you care that much?
Yeah,
Radiant's top shrine
it's a pretty good item.
has fallen.
I mean, what else are you going to get? You're not really progressing too far ahead, so you need these items that just lead into something else. Like
Yeah.
these mini items. The Shadowblade's going to be very effective, especially since Navi, the vision gain's going to suffer a little as they're going to run into Kyle here.
Okay, that's a great hero to run into with the
There's the
clockwork,
force,
but he does
though.
have the force staff to be able to get some distance away, and
Blink
now the
forward.
Chaos Knight
Oh,
just
he
blows up
dies.
Seneko. No saving grace here. Now Roger's going to be caught inside the Sprout. No way out of that one either, while Limp goes ahead, chases down the clockwork, gets a tag
Oh, and
on
Limp
him.
gonna
they
get
actually gonna
stunned
turn
from
on the
vision.
Limp, but it looks like that is enough to be able to finish him off, and Fisher just not there in time. Finally, another hit comes in from Chessy, and it's a big crit, and to get that kill, but Dendy's caught by Moo. Managed to throw out that Winter's Curse.
And
control him long
Crystallize, he's
enough.
going to get chased down too.
Oh no, Chessy has the blink dagger advantage and the movement speed. They just need to be able to get the stun, stop the TP
Oh,
just
barely
in
gets it.
time. You heard the completion of the TP there.
Even laying down the Echo.
Sure, why not?
He's like, guys, this
We're
is the
styling
stamp.
on 'em. Yep.
Radiant's middle
Such a disciplined game from compLexity.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Really well played as Z.
Be right back.
Crystallize buys back, but you don't have Dendy for a little bit. They don't even bother going for the top racks. They are so confident in this game right now. They can do whatever they want. They've claimed the shrine. There's still a bottom shrine that they can go for and a Roshan. Time and time again, it's been proven that they cannot take a fight outside of their base.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Maelstrom now complete for the Winter Wyvern. A heart, very close to being picked up by our Chaos Knight. I usually feel like heart is where the Chaos Knight enters like late game territory.
Yeah,
Radiant's
that's when you know that you're
bottom
strong.
has
Yeah.
fallen.
And the fans Trying to start a Na'Vi chant.
Reinvigorate Navi's hopes for this game 3.
Damn, you guys are going to be sad in like a minute.
The clap, the frenzy builds faster and faster as Na'Vi approach their doom.
24k lead at 27 minutes.
Na'Vi.
You need to chant a lot harder than that as Na'Vi, they're smoked up. Roshan's going to be the name of the game. They know that this is the last objective that they can possibly fight around.
And Lim's keeping tabs on it. He threw the orb.
And Na'Vi, they might try to sneak it, but compLexity also realized this is the last objective in the game that they go for.
Running in, Treant's gonna spot him. Oh no, Na'Vi, what are you gonna do? You're stuck inside the pit against a Winter's Curse. 2 heroes hitting on the Denny. Fortunately, there's not much damage there.
Sneko
General's gonna try and
silenced up.
stop Kyle from being able to get the initiation.
There's
Sneko
the
barely
fissure.
gets off the ultimate, but Crystallize is still in big trouble. Chetsy's already on top of him. Kyle lays an enchant totem on top of him as well. They turn to Roger. Crystallize is still gonna be able to full up
GG's
HP,
called.
but GG is called before the fight even ends. They know.
They know it.
They could see where this one was going.
An absolute stomp. 28 minutes.